I'm doing how to oil change on a Honda SH150i. This is a 2010 model, North American model, California model. So before I started that, to the drain bolts right here, the drain bolt and the drain, the oil screen, the mesh oil screen is the same bolt. So before I started anything, because of how this thing is designed, how the bike's designed, when the center stand is down, and you open this, you can't get a catch can in there. You can't get anything to catch your oil, right? So how I do it is I actually have my center stand up, and I'm actually using some car ramps on each side to support the scooter, and I have the wheel chokes, right? The wheel chokes front and back. I'm on a slight downward angle because I'm on the driveway right now, so that holds the bike. Before I took it off the center stand, what I did was I loosened up that bolt first while I was still on the center stand, because I don't want to use any pressure to open it, because the way that I have the bike set up, it could fall over, if I put any pressure on it. So I loosened it up first, then I support it with the ramps and the choke, the tire chokes. So this is a 17mm bolt, and it's right behind. This is the exhaust pipe here, right behind the exhaust pipe. It's kind of in an awkward place in my camera, or my tripod I should say. It's not quite small enough to get under there. Let me see if I could, just so you guys can see it. So there it is right there. So I'm just gonna loosen it up and drain it out. So I'm not a big fan of this design. One, because it's it's in the way of the center stand, it's in the way of the drain. So I'm not a big fan of that. I thought that was kind of pokey. Usually the Honda scooters, the drain bolt and the where the the drain bolt and where the screen is two separate spots. Whoa! What trips all over to my driveway? Okay. So it's usually two separate bolts, so that way you don't have to worry about being in an awkward place or anything like that. But normally it's you're in a clear spot. Some people I've seen, they leave the center stand on there and they make it like a little spoon funnel that sort of angles in there and catches that. I'm sort of too lazy to do that. So I'm using the car ramps to hold up the scooter. So I think that's a hokey design on this bike. So that's one thing I don't like is about this thing is where it's placed. And the other thing I don't like is that using that same drain bolt screen bolt, is that this cap here, this thing is made of aluminum. So over time taking it off and on, over time it's gonna, that head's gonna strip out. Versus a regular drain bolt where it's steel. It won't do that, or at least not right away, anyways. So I have to reach into this oil and fish out my my oil screen and whatever dropped out in there, and the spring. Oh, there's the spring. Where's the screen? Screen's not on there. So we'll fish it in some more. Whoa. Okay, there's no screen in there. One of the screen is still up in it, stuck in the engine. Oh, that's a mess. Okay, this has to be one of the messiest oil change I've ever done. I guess, well, not really. I didn't spill anything, so in that case it's not very messy. But having to reach in there. Oh, here it is. Here's the oil screen. So it was still in there. So there's the oil screen. Looking at it, oh, there's some stuff on here. I'm not sure what it is. It looks, oh, it looks like, so it's not metal. It looks like it's some type of fabric or dirt or something. Yeah, it looks like a little dirt, kind of fabric-y to it. So it might be hair or whatever. So I'm not sure how that got in there. Maybe from the previous oil change from the previous owner, possibly. Okay, the oil screen is cleaned out. That's good. I'm gonna wipe my gloves a little better. So gloves is a good idea, huh? Sometimes I don't. Lots of times I usually change oil without wearing gloves. So I'm usually, pretty. I keep everything pretty clean. But in this situation, I knew I was gonna get oil around, so I put on some gloves. Okay, so let me wipe this down here. Normally, on other types of drain plugs, I usually tilt the motor. But the cool thing about this is that this where this drain is, it's basically at the very bottom, so you don't need to tilt the motor to get all every drop of oil out. So that's cool. So I'm wiping the where it's seated, wiping that clean. Okay, oil stopped dripping, so we're good there. Now I just need to put it in. So how you put it in? So the screen here, it goes with the rubber end up, and a spring. There's a small end and a big end. So basically that screen drops into the big end, and your cap here will be like that, and and basically that's how it fits. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get that in without making a mess, or at least without dropping it into the oil. Okay, so I like to go in a reverse thread first to seat the thread. Then once I could feel it seat, then I could go clockwise. So basically counterclockwise first, let the thread seat, then clockwise. And basically put it in by hand. Now I could bring the wrench in there. I'm gonna wipe my gloves some more. I have so much oil on my gloves. I don't want to get my wrench all oily. Okay. Oops. Tighten that up. So I'm just gonna lightly tighten it. I'm not gonna use too much pressure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off these ramps and put it back on the center stand before I do the final tightening. That way, when I'm doing the final tightening, with it on the ramp, I might knock the bike over when I cinch it down. So that's it. So remember to do the final tightening after it gets back on the center stand.